am so glad you came back for another tasty recipe because this recipe is perfect for dinner. Super quick, super easy assembly. You can even pre-assemble some of it the day before, so it's already just stick in the oven. It is all about red cabbage and apples with sausage. It's that one dish that I know you're probably going, Ruby, I'm not a big cabbage lover. Well, neither was I, and red cabbage actually is a little sweet, and you add the apples to it, even I love it. And I'm not a huge cabbage eater, so I know you're gonna love it. Take a small head of cabbage or half of a medium to large size head of red cabbage. Slice it about like this. Just slice it up, put it into a 9x13 pan, just like this. And then we're gonna take a medium onion and thinly slice it. Stick that right on top. This is total just assembly. Kind of spread that out a little bit. Whoops, we got onions running away. And I'm dropping some of them evidently too. So, like I said, I'm not a huge cooked cabbage fan. Actually, this is about the only kind of cooked cabbage I really like. I end up craving this all through fall and winter because it is that perfect, just feel good comfort food that you're gonna end up craving too. So put the onion there. I like to add a little bit of salt and pepper at this point because we want that salt to really season the cabbage, and it takes a fair amount, and the onions. It's gonna help that cabbage really release the liquid as well because cabbage is mostly liquid. Cooking it down, kind of wilting it, is what's gonna bring all that liquid out and create this really tasty sweet broth with the apples and the onions. I'm telling you, you are gonna love this. It is tasty for the taste buds. Add some pepper. I like a good chunk because the apple will cook down in this dish. So a little bit of a thick chunk, that's the way I like it. Just spread them out on top. Now sometimes I add a little extra apple because I really like a lot of apple in this dish. I have even used dried apples and it works beautifully. Stick those apples right on top. Just kind of nestle them down if you have to. We'll do a squishy squish. You know, a squishy squish, so that we really get it seated and those apples don't fall off. We're going to squishy squish. All that juice as those apples cook will go straight down into the cabbage and create this really scrumptious dish. Now we're gonna take a couple sprigs of fresh thyme. This is gonna create this beautiful seasoning that you are gonna love. It's really gonna enhance the cabbage and the apples. So tasty. Then we're gonna take a tablespoon of vinegar. I've got white vinegar here, apple vinegar, apple cider vinegar, or red wine vinegar is beautiful in this as well. But if you don't have those specialty vinegars, standard distilled white vinegar works perfect. Then we are going to take tablespoon of olive oil, kind of drizzle it over. Then we're going to take a 1/4 cup of water. This is going to help the cabbage really steam beautifully and soften amazingly. I like my red cabbage really soft and supple so I can stick it in my mouth and really savor the flavors. Now the cabbage, the onions, you can prep the day before as well as the herbs so that it makes it for a super easy meal. Now we are going to cover it because this is going to allow that liquid that we put in there to kind of steam the cabbage and cook it. We're overflowing a little bit, busting from the seams. So I'm having to manhandle it just a little. You ever done that? Manhandled something in the kitchen? One of my favorite places to manhandle. Yeah. Stick it in a 400-degree oven for about 35-45 minutes. So what do you say? Let's stick it in. Oh, that feels toasty. Nothing like warming the bun while you're at it. In we go. All right, so 10 minutes before the cabbage is done, pull it out of the oven, and we're gonna put our cooked sausages. I have, wow, I'm getting a steamed facial. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, I was talking about meat, sausages, because I like sausages, and we need to put sausages in our red cabbage and apple and sausages, right? So I have some pre-browned, they've been cooked little sausages, and we are going to stick them right on top of our cabbage. Because doesn't that look tasty? It looks so scrumptious. I love me some long meat. So we're gonna cover it back up and stick it in the oven for another 10 minutes. And make sure that gets really melded together and all those flavors, because that's gonna be super tasty for your tummy. So now we need to stick it back in the oven, because I love to stick sausages in. Ooh, 10 minutes. Toasty buns. Oh, that's so toasty. Ovens are good for more than just cooking. We have our stupendous little meal right here. Take that lid off. Oh my gosh, look at that. Doesn't that look scrumptious? All right, so now we gotta taste this scrumptious dish. Can you tell I'm really super excited? Let me get a little piece of sausage. Oh my gosh, look at that. It is steamed perfectly. I just couldn't wait for a dish to put it in. It's really hot. All right, so the flavor of the sausage is perfect. I have standard brats here, but I've also used Italian sausage. The sweetness of the wilted cabbage, and you can taste the salt and the pepper and flavor of the sweetness of the apple with the onion. It is super tasty. And you can taste the thyme. It's so good. You are going to be so surprised at how scrumptious this dish is. I love the blending of the thyme with the onion and the salt and pepper. Sweetness of those apples, just sealing of the deal. It is so good. I hope you do try it, because you will surprise yourself. I love you.